What's going on? Mitch here from OmniBuddy over on YouTube and Instagram and all those other social channels. I'm here today to take a quick look at Charles M. Schulz's latest drop, Peanuts Every Sunday. This is volume 9 and 10. Let's take a quick look at this. All right, so here is the slipcase to the Peanuts Every Sunday, the 90s edition by Charles Schulz. Man, this slipcase is so good. It's sturdy, it's beautiful, it's got awesome pictures on it. Let's get that turned so you can kind of see it a little bit. There it is, the 90s. This is published by Fantagraphics, retails for $85. You can definitely get it cheaper from over at OPB. And yeah, so hit them up over there. There's another shot of the spines of the books in there. So we will pop these out. Oh, and there it is on the other side too. So while I was I also gotta say, I love that it's Charlie Brown's shirt inside of the slipcase. So cool. Anyways, so while I am far more a Calvin and Hobbes connoisseur, I loved the Peanuts too as a kid, especially around the holidays right now, Thanksgiving and Christmas and all of that. So much good nostalgia with like the show, the cartoons, the Christmas specials, the Thanksgiving specials, all that stuff. So cool. So I love the Peanuts too. So there is the front cover of volume 9. Again, there's that, and there's the back there. And we'll get this open, kind of show you under the dust jacket there. And there's the back end sheet art. I love end sheet art, so I am a big sucker for that. I have a lot of book photo bait over on my Instagram channel, and I'm always highlighting in my Instagram highlights end sheet art. So make sure to check that out if you're into end sheet art too. This book is so freaking wide. It barely fits on my table here. It's crazy. Yeah, it's nuts how big this thing is. So it just fits in there. Jeez. All right, so let's get through this. So this is the first book, volume 9 in this series is 91 through 95. And typically the printed editions and collected editions of these books of Peanuts have always been in black and white, but Fantagraphics with these has been doing them in color, just like the Sundays edition, which is, I mean, apropos every Sunday. But so these are all in color, and they are gorgeous coloring. I'm sure that they've been had some touch-up done to them, and obviously I'm used to having the memory of what they look like on, you know, the crappy newspaper print where it's just all, you know, sometimes smeared or smudged and all that. But the coloring in this book is just out of this world. So good. It just hits that nostalgia factor so much. And I love how, okay, so you have, you know, because Sundays, a lot of times they had bigger strips. It was like those big things. It wasn't just a couple panels or anything like that. So that's super cool. But it also has, you know, nice page numbering, great, but it has the date that these came out. So you're like, oh, okay. So, you know, February 10, so pretty much a Valentine's Day, February 14th. So this is the 17th. So you can see what happened, what they showed on each date, which is so cool. So you can go through, find your birth date for each year or around the birth date, because it's obviously every Sunday. So unless your birthday was on a Sunday, it's not going to be in there. And what's really cool, and you'll see this on my photo bait over on Instagram if you're interested, I did both books top and bottom next to each other and tried to show page numbers, which lined up pretty similar for the dates. Obviously the dates are going to be slightly different because year to year it doesn't match up totally, but it's pretty cool seeing how it goes through and it kind of hits those spring times. And oh man, this is what I really love about these old comic strips, is that they would a lot of times match the season that they were in and things that were going on. So, you know, start getting close to summer, or, you know, you'd be late summer and there'd be baseball and, you know, golf in the middle of July, which, you know, makes sense and all that. And then, you know, they're in September and school starting, so now they're back in school. Oh, man, it's so cool how you can just follow it chronologically through the year. I won't try and, you know, flip through every page, but you can see it's huge, oversized. I'm not totally sure if this is the actual scale that it was drawn on, but man, this is the biggest I've ever seen Peanuts, and it is gorgeous. Like I said, the art holds up. It's not like digital looking or anything. If they did retouch it, I can't tell. Oh man, I always loved when Snoopy was in the military and doing stuff like that. Oh man, so cool, so cool. All right, let's check out my birthday real quick. So we have 31st, so there's Halloween. Love it. And then, oh, didn't hit my birthday. We skipped it a little bit, but yeah. Anyways, let's kind of go through this a little bit more, see what's, oh, actually we should check out Christmas. What happened around Christmas time? Oh, cute. Anyways, and then snow. Man, if it's Calvin and Hobbes or Peanuts, I always loved when it was the summer comics, and always loved when it was the winter comics and all the snow. Growing up in Wisconsin, I freaking love the snow, and I miss it now that I live out here on the West Coast in Washington. This is more my life right now, wet and rainy. So yeah. Anyways, this is so cool. And then it's actually pretty much just all comics. There's that brief intro at the very beginning, and then has a little about at the end about Charles M. Schulz, and then some nice little stuff at on the folds of the dust jackets. So there isn't much extra in here, which is kind of a bummer for me. I kind of wish they had a little bit extra in there. Let's see. Yeah, it's just kind of, yeah, goes pretty much right into it. Yeah, there's no, just a little bit in the publishing side of things there. But, I mean, it is so cool. Love that book. Okay, so that was volume 9. And let's get volume 10 here. So that's the front. This is the back. Reading a book. Reading a comic, probably. Oh, look at that end sheet art, y'all. Look at that end sheet art. So gorgeous. Snoop. Love me some Snoop. Snoop Dogg. I went from, you know, loving this Snoop Dogg to loving the Snoop D-O-double-G dog. And now I'm back to loving this Snoop Dogg again. Anyways, so we're in January, winter. So this is, oh, so this book is, what was it? Yeah, 96 through 2000. So this is kind of the end. There are a ton of these books available. Fantagraphics has a bunch of single volumes that look just like this. All the slipcases are mostly all sold out everywhere. So if you're looking for matching slipcases, you are a bit out of luck. But if you want to get the matching volumes, they have actually a majority of the volumes on their website. So it looks like most of those are available and mostly in print at least, or at least pretty relatively available. So that's cool. So that's good. So I don't know that I'll ever go back and get other Peanuts. I think I'm gonna hold on mostly to this volume because, like I said, it is the time when I grew up in my generation and what I'm used to seeing. So I have a feeling when I read through this entire thing again, you know, I've read here, you know, I've read sporadically throughout, you know, and stopped at ones that really caught my eye. But I have a feeling once I read through the whole thing, I'll remember a bunch of these, which will just be so cool. My daughter, who is 8, loves reading comics, and she absolutely adores Calvin and Hobbes. and I'm so excited to share this book with her. I think she is just gonna go nuts for this. She might go peanuts for it, who knows? So I mean, it's pretty sturdy too. So I won't keep flipping through this because it's all, you know, just the same, but look at those eye holes, just gorgeous eye holes. That binding is insanely good, y'all. Like, look at that sewn binding. That eye hole just pops right open. I've flipped through this twice. This is the third time, and it's been like this since I did the spine break-in, and it's been phenomenal. And it just lays completely flat. I mean, there's obviously just a bunch of white there between the art, so there's no gutter loss anyways, but I mean, this lays virtually completely flat. When you're at the actual seams, it is flat, which is just nuts. They did such a good job with the spine and the binding on these books. They are some very, very well constructed books. Yeah, so that is a quick look at volumes 9 and 10 of Peanuts Every Sunday by Charles Schulz. All right, so that was a quick look overview of Charles M. Schulz's Peanuts Every Sunday. That was 91 through 2000, so it was like the 90s, which is just a huge, crazy huge nostalgia trip for me, because that's when I was reading the Sunday Funnies. They were always in color, and I looked forward. That was really my first comics experience, was the funny pages. That's what we called them. And we would grab that newspaper if my parents brought it in, or if we had to run out and get it. Usually we had to go get it, especially in the winter when it was freezing cold outside in the Midwest and it was like -30 and snowy, and we'd have to go get it. Anyways, friggin' loved it. This is such a cool, like I said, it's such a great nostalgia trip for the 90s. If you were a late 80s, 90s kid and you grew up reading these, it is so fun to go back through them. I love the Peanuts and Calvin and Hobbes, man. Hagar the Horrible. Man, there's so many good comics in the Sunday papers during that time. Freaking loved it. Anyways, if you're interested in picking up some Peanuts and picking up this box set especially, head over to Organic Price Books, pick it up. You can use code OmniBuddy, get $2 off every order. OmniBuddy ship it together, get $2 off, or 5% off every order of 3+ books, all that kind of stuff. But pick it up, Organic Price Books. They got the best shipping, the best communication, and some of the best prices you will find on the interwebs. All right, that's it. If you're interested more from me, head over to the youtube.com/OmniBuddy, or @OmniBuddy is my handle on YouTube, on Instagram, OmniBuddy's on Twitter, Facebook OmniBuddy, all over the place. Hit me up. I'm doing tons of videos like these over on my channel, and I'll be doing more of these videos here at OPB. Looking forward to talking with you. Take care.